Hello, hope you're doing great. Well, I just thought I would update the DJT stock. Donald Trump put stock out on the stock market. He's done this before with his businesses. And of course, his businesses usually go belly up, but this DJT stock was a way for Trump to get money from all kinds of places, including China and Russia, Venezuela, any place that wanted to give him money, but it was against official rules, election rules, where the amount you can donate to a person is limited and has to be disclosed to the public so people know who's funding your campaign. By doing this stock scheme, Trump was able to get people to invest in his election and in him, and they could remain anonymous, or they could use false names, or they could use shell companies and all kinds of things, and the government wouldn't know where the money's coming from. So this is one way Trump was able to get lots and lots of money from people who didn't mind losing the money. They just wanted to be able to funnel money into Donald Trump and invest in him. So Donald Trump united with a shell company. So the company that he united with had nothing in it and was mainly just a company to get money and to transfer that money over to Donald Trump. And that has been around now for almost 6 months. And so I just thought I would check and see what's going on. Well, Donald Trump owns 60% of this DJT stock. So he is the major stockholder. I'm sure his kids have some of it and some other people that he wants to share the money with. And so the question has always been, when is he going to take the money? Because by doing it this way, he can end up with billions of dollars, billions, and with a B, of dollars that would come to him as his personal money. And it would raise him as far as his value, his self-worth, and all of this would be undisclosed because it's just the stockholders, whoever they are, giving money to this bogus stock. The DJT stock was based on, I believe, Truth Social, his social media company. And so he keeps that open because, of course, that is the basis for him putting this bogus stock out on the stock market. It was a great idea for getting around government rules and regulations and trying to ensure openness and honesty in the government in the stock market, because if everybody did this, our stock market would just be useless. And that's where most people keep their retirement funds, their investments in whatever they're investing in, a lot of times is based in the end on investing money in the stock market. So when you have shysters going into the stock market and other people emulating this, doing the same thing because they realize this is a way to get lots of money quick, and you can make all kinds of promises about the stock. It doesn't matter because in the prospectus it says, it's a gamble and you could lose all of your money. So don't come complaining to us if you lose it. So we have Trump and his prospectus. And as I said, he owns about 60% of all shares in Trump Media and Technology Group. And that's basically Truth Social network that he has on the internet. And it trades on the NASDAQ under the sticker tape of DJT, which are Donald J. Trump his initials. This Trump media um, stock went public March 26th through a reverse merger with a special purpose acquisition company, and that's the shell company I told you about. And they had trouble getting this company onto the stock market because it took them 29 months of going through paperwork and dealing with the SEC, but they were having a lot of insider trading. So that means that secrets are being told about the future of the stock to other people to get them to invest. And, they say the stock is low by now, the stock is high, sell, and that average people don't get that information. So they were having that kind of problem, and then they had a lot of accounting errors. So in March 2024, they started a lockup period, and that's a regular period which they give to any new stock so that people don't just come in, get a bunch of people to invest, and then they immediately close out and leave. They do give a small period where the money has to remain in and the stock has to look like it is actual stock. And they especially do that if you own a lot of stock, like in this case, Trump owned 60% of the stock. So if you own 5% or more of the shares in the stock and you serve in a um, high level management role, you can't sell the shares for a predetermined amount of time, a number of months. That's usually about 6 months, I believe, ordinarily. And then the prospectus has to tell you, of course, that Trump is a 60% owner. Um, and they have to have a starting price for the stock. So for Trump, because of his start date for the company, Trump will be able to sell all of his shares if he wants to on September 19th, 2024. So that means he could dump his stock, sell it to some sucker who thinks Trump is still in, who is still taking risks, and they would buy the stock, or it could be a country, maybe Russia would say, oh, I want to just give money, you know, money from our country to Trump because he's going to do a lot of favors for me in the future. He's going to help me get the Ukraine territory. China might say, well, Trump's going to give me a lot of business. He and Elon Musk are going to let cars come in from China and so forth. And we're going to do a lot of business that's going to profit for me, be very profitable. Or China might be thinking, well, I can go into um, the Philippines or other countries and take over, like I did Hong Kong, and Trump won't do anything because he knows that we're in cahoots together. And so I'll give Trump all this money through his stock, and then he can bail out of the company, and then the company could go belly up, and China and Russia really wouldn't care because it would be money from their citizens. It would be government money that they are going to spend in order to get whatever they are dealing for with Trump. So, in order for Trump to bail out on September 19th, his stock has to be above $12 a share. Now, that has come down. That hasn't come down, but his stock price has come down because initially I think it was selling about $35, $37 a share. I'll have to look that up. And now today it is down to $17 a share. So he has to remain above $12 a share in order to bail out on September 19th. And if it remains at $17 dollars a share, he could sell, I guess the earliest is September 19th. He could, and I think the window remains open until September 25th, 2024. And that's the latest that they could hold him back from dumping all of his stock. And that would be the end of his 6-month holding period to assure that he did not directly dump the stock after putting it on the stock exchange. Donald Trump's prospectus says to the public, because President Donald Trump is a candidate for president, he may, subject to the lockup period, divest his interest in Truth Social. The company also warns the sale could have the effect of increasing the volatility of the stock's share price, or the market price of the stock could decline if holders of currently restricted shares sell them. Trump's stock has been very volatile, depending on his assessment of winning the presidential election. So it went way down to here at 17 when the race is pretty much neck and neck, although Trump still seems to have a lead. But if he seems to be winning, people might invest more. And of course, as I said before, that's because Trump as president would have a lot of power, and the more people would invest more because they would feel that they can negotiate with Trump based on their investment in his stock. This is all illegal, but this is the kind of stuff these people like to do. Right now, they are not receiving any signs from Trump that he's going to dump his stock. However, you wouldn't tell anybody you're going to dump their stock, because that would make people who are nervous get out. Or is he going to lose the presidency and dump the stock? In which case, there wouldn't be much that he could give you, but who knows? Bloomberg said that it would be very hard for Trump to dump all of his stock after the lockup period expires, because he has to sell the stock to somebody. But as I said, that would be Russia or China or some other country that is going to benefit from Trump's presidency. They're going to benefit over the people who are citizens of the United States. They're going to benefit because they are going to give a lot of money to Trump, and he is going to scratch their back, shake their hand, kiss their butt, and do whatever they want. And so they would accept this bogus stock as a trade, taking Trump stock for the money, and then Trump would take the money and get out. Now, Trump would still get a lot of money. His price now, as I said, is down about 80% from March. I think a high was around $79 a share in July of 2024. And then going down to where it is now, he has lost billions in money in dollars, where before he was he had gained about $8 billion from this transaction. That's billion dollars. And now they say he is down to about $2.5 billion ahead from this transaction. So, that's a huge amount of money. That's more money than most Americans will ever see or even can imagine. So it is still lucrative for Trump to sell even at this low value right now. As far as the experts, they say, of course, this stock is overvalued even at $17 because there's nothing in it. What are you investing in? You're investing in Truth Social, with which Trump will probably dump as soon as he is elected president, if he is elected, and then he can go to Elon Musk, who has X, which used to be Twitter. Previously, he was bounced off Twitter, and that was one of the reasons Donald Trump started Truth Social, because Twitter had excluded him from having an account because of the lies and so forth that he was putting out on Twitter. And Elon Musk later reinstated Trump to a X account, and now with him colluding with Elon Musk, if Trump wins, promising Elon Musk a job and an office in the federal government. This is that scratch your back. You give me my money and I'll do something for you. Well, that's what Elon Musk is getting. He let Trump come back on to X so X can dump Truth Social, and um, so he can have a voice on X rather than Truth Social, and he can say all the lies and so forth that he used to say on Twitter, which got him thrown off. But he'll be allowed to say it on X because Trump and Musk will be continuing to collude together to steal money from the United States and to get money from Russia and China. So that's the story. We'll see on September 29th to 25th whether or not Trump goes and dumps this stock, dumps Truth Social over the next days, and runs off with his billions of dollars. He still might get at least $3 billion plus from this whole escapade, and people will get what they want. Now, this worries, of course, the people in Taiwan, because we know China wants to invade Taiwan, and they want to get this done. They don't want to wait forever. So they are hoping to get Taiwan invaded and conquered by 2030. So that would really coincide well with Trump's presidency. They could go in, invade Taiwan, kill all the people who are resistors, jail others, and then kill them later. And that would be great. Then the other place they want to hit is the Philippines. And the Philippines, of course, has many, many hundreds of islands, maybe thousands of islands. I'd say hundreds of islands. I don't know exactly. But China wants to invade the Philippines and take over the Philippines. They are constructing uh, fake islands that help connect these different places, Taiwan, Philippines, and then, of course, they would love to go in and get Japan. because China wants all Asian countries under China. So that's what the future looks like under Trump. There will be an invasion of Taiwan. There will be an invasion of the Philippines, and then they will invade Japan, which has lots of problems. It is overcrowded. It has its problems with the nuclear accident, the contamination um, at Fukushima, and all of that stuff. So it's going to be very dire, and we will see Trump colluding with Russia, colluding with China to help them get their goal of putting all of these places under the red flag of China, places that we have had as allies for many, many years. There is somebody, and I think it's Elon Musk, I heard, was building an underground fortress, and I believe it's in the Philippines. So that also goes with the plan that China will take over the Philippines by 2030, using the power that Trump will get as president of the United States. And he will sell out, basically. He will sell out to China. So you talk about people that are going to be migrating. We have a lot of immigrants, illegal immigrants coming, I'm told, from Russia, because these people don't want to live under the laws and craziness of Putin. We're going to get people that are going to be coming in from Taiwan as China invades Taiwan and takes over. We're going to get more and more people from the Philippines, because as China sets out its goal to take over the Philippines, then as many people as possible that can get out will be heading towards other countries, including and especially the United States. And then the Japanese, of course, are good friends. Um, they will also have the wrath of China. And China wants, as I said, they want to get this all done by 2030. That's their goal, that's their date, to have this all pretty much in hand, and we'll have to see how it pans out. But if you put the wrong person in office, these countries, Taiwan, Philippines, Japan, will really have nowhere to turn. They will have no allies that can really stop the invasion and the killing, the tortures. So that's what we're facing. So, did you buy DJT stock? And how are you doing? Like and subscribe. Bye.